It was just sunny. I mean, it was just blue skies sunny. Easy Monday today. Just gotta go and tie a fence because we found the fence to be, we did a job, found the fence to be off because nobody had done anything out here. Fence is off about 100 feet. I'm gonna tie the fence and see if the property owners want to do a property line adjustment or what they want to do. I don't know what they want to do. Copy. Boy, it sure makes a difference. Here's before the job. And here's after the job. You can see for a ways. It'll be a couple turns to see that through these little draws. All right, we're almost there. Okay, I lied. Actually, there has been stuff done out here, but it didn't take into consideration enough of its surroundings. So it works for this field. And occupation, it's been being used how it is. There's actually a bearing tree up there, way up there, but I've actually broken down. I've done the quarter corner and this, basically this whole section with jobs on either side of this. And so with our control and knowing, we found that this fence line is off. And actually the property line is back here. So that's what we cut to. And we know that we're right. Now we just got to see, since occupation has been, the field's been using to the fence, timber company's been using to the fence, we'll see what they want to do. If they want to sell the timber company these trees, because right now the field owners own the trees, but they run cattle out here. I don't think they're in the logging industry. Who knows? Anyways, back site right here. We're going to be traversing tying fence through this jungle. Oh man, stinging nettles are popping. Yum. Grew up eating them. Well, of course, they drug a bunch of stuff over my control. I'm gonna have to set up, shoot a backside distance, and find this thing. So because it's an old job and I already know this distance, I can just set the gun up anywhere I want. And that I think is about, you know, somewhere close. Take a distance off the prism, and then I'll know if I got to come in or out. And then I got a compass bearing. I forgot the compass bearing in the truck, and so then I can know bearing, and then I'll kick around in this stuff and hopefully come across a spike. I got a distance of 200, so I need to come in 13 feet towards the backside, and oh, probably right under that log. Let's see. 3, 6, hey, what's this? Got him. Copy. So we'll set up here, backside of that, shoot into that timber as far as we can see, hopefully to the fence line. There's an angle point. I've got the fence tied all the way to the angle point. Now we just got to go about, well, I don't know, a quarter mile the other side of this timber chunk. So now we're set up over the spike, and we checked the backside distance just to make sure that this spike didn't get bumped. There's drag. They've been dragging logs out of here. There's a log right here. Things have happened around here, so I'll make sure that this has not been disturbed. We are looking for a 187.98. Do I have that on the prism? No. How about right there? 187.988. Oh, we're off by 8 thousandths, darn it. All right, run and gun. Expecting this to be brushier. Somebody's been in here farting around. That's pretty cool. I'm gonna be able to shoot all the way to this corner. And then, where? Somewhere. Where's the gun? There's the truck. There's the gun. There's a good line. There's a good line. Ooh, there's a good line right there. Maybe if I stretch this over this old pipe that is wrong. Okay, here's the angle point of the fence. We gotta tie the fence all the way to the power line strip, probably a quarter mile. So if I can shoot somewhere there, I've got a shot here on this already previously. I gotta get in there somewhere. through one of these little cracks in the trees. But to make sure this fence is straight and they want to do property line adjustment to the fence, I'm going to tie it about every 100 feet. So I don't want to get too far down here. But I also don't have to be right up on it to get shots on it. So it's way over there, but I got a slot that'll see 300 feet. Fence will be on this side. I'll be able to shoot back to it, and I see the gun through a little sliver in there. This is where I'm going, right here, set a spike. It's a good thing we're going back to the truck to shoot this angle, because I forgot ribbon. Let's steal a little bit off of this guy. To the layman, this might look like a barren wasteland, but it's already all been replanted. In 5 years, you'll have 5-foot tall trees out here, and in 30 years, some timber companies will cut it again. But replant, grow them up again. Oh, probably 40 years it'll look like these. Copy, I won't be here. Got her in the book, feet and meters, angle doubled to 1 second. All right, just for kicks, there's some blowdown that they chopped off. Just counted the rings, 38 years old. Copy. So now I'm just on the fence line laying out places where I want a shot. So I want a shot right here, but I don't want to walk back. Just set this up and walk back, keep walking back and forth. So I'm just going to take a little piece of my vest, like so. I'm going to stick it on this little chunk of barbed wire, like so. And that's really reflective. And from right there, looking back at the gun, right there. Hey, look at that. Fence shot. Right there. Got our next control point. It's gonna see back to a couple shots down the line on this tree or to this fence. But I can, so I don't actually have to tie the fence. I can put something in the tree if I see a tree better. And then from that shot in the book, I'll just note a distance and angle to the fence. Copy. Just a little sprinkle in here, but in this salal, if you're not wearing your rain pants, he'd be soaking wet in about 5 minutes. All right, I don't know what's going on. I guess I screwed up my insulin this morning. I'm gonna have to sit down and eat a snack pack because I'm feeling a little woozy over here. Bumblebee tuna. Bumblebee tuna to you. We're at the next point. Sugar's coming up. Boy, hypoglycemia just makes you want to lay in the soft moss and take a nap. I'm tell you what. We're coming up. Might eat a Starburst also. I don't know. So the fence is in the brush in there, and it's hard to see from the gun into the fence. So I'm gonna tie this, and then from here I'll have a distance of 8.5 feet to the fence, and then I'll also have a compass bearing perpendicular to the fence, which is south 40 east. So from here, this point, I'll have angle and distance in the book to this, and then I'll have angle and distance from this point to the actual fence line. Copy. On the fence here. Oh, you know what? Work smarter, not harder. My next shot, I might hop the fence and get over into this kind of riparian zone and out of this brushy timber. And another setup in the book. We are doubling angles to control, because we're going to end up, the line I marked a year or so ago is down there. We're going to end up doing a big loop, because we're going to have to end up setting a pin at the end of this if they decide to use the fence line as the new property line. But on the fence line, I'm just doing single angles and distance. And got this one, move it up. Look at that squatty little 4-foot setup. I'm getting low because I'm hoping to shoot through this little tunnel and not have to whack a bunch of that stuff, because my 6'5" butt, I'd have to whack all that stuff. All right, this one's gonna get us a couple 100 feet down here. Looking back, I see a nice post that I can shoot to. And I think, oh, it feels like we're maybe 300 feet from the end where I have control. We just gotta do a closing angle, and then we'll come back up here and close in, make a loop out of this so we can set a pin. Copy. All right, you can just barely see some orange through there. And that is, how far? 268 feet through that hole. Copy. All right, I finally got to the end of this unit. You can see what I marked last time. I had to go from a quarter mile that way. There was no pin here. So I had to go tie the quarter corner on the other side of the Highway 20. But we are out of the woods. Shoot this, then set up here, turn to my other control here for a closing angle, and we done. Boy, this Monday is going so good. The only thing that would ruin the day is if this logging project took out this piece of control spike up here. Then I gotta keep traversing until I find two that see each other that I can close into this whole other project. Save me a lot of work. So let's get lucky, find this sucker. That makes it easy. Property line must have just been a foot to that, I believe, is point number 6. Closing angle. All right, we got her licked. Now all we got to do is get back to the truck with all the poo. So that'll do her. Time to go get a cold Coors Light. Monday's over, y'all.